Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Just going to do a little quick video just as an update on the Gin Rin Karashigoi that I bought the other week. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. So I had a little bit of an issue with it a couple of days after, which I'll explain when I'm down near the pond. But as you can see, my covers are off now. I'm in summer mode now. They're not going back on. I've had enough of it. All the seating area and everything's down and out now, down the bottom of the garden. So I'll show you all that. I will do a proper video and an in-depth video of all the plants and shrubs and trees and stuff that I've got down in the rockery for the geeks out there that want to know all the names of the plants. But yeah, let's get down there. I also picked up I'll just show you while I'm here. I picked up this Pagoda from a garden centre and another new little Acer that's just found its place there. So I'll just show you them in better detail when we're down there. Right, let's go and check on the fish. So yeah, this is the Pagoda that I got from a local garden centre of mine that doesn't normally do kind of Japanesey stuff, but I saw this and it was 40 quid, so I thought it was a bit of a bargain. So I snapped that up, and it's quite tall as well. That's probably a good 2.5, 3 foot off the floor, so I wanted something a little bit taller next to the pond. I think it looks pretty good. Picked up this little guy as well today, which I wanted another Acer to kind of match the big one that's there. This wasn't out, the big one wasn't out the last video I did actually. But yeah, I got this one today, which is just the right shape and size to go there, and I'm sure that'll grow in nicely. These are the fish. The air's off at the minute, so we can see them. Where the Karashigoi is. Oh, there she is. She'll come up in a minute. There she is. So I'll come back to these in a moment. I'll just give you a very quick glimpse of the sitting area I've got down the bottom. This is my rockery. Like I say, I'll do another video with all the... I do need another pot for this one actually, because that's just the one that it came in. It's a little bit rubbish. But yes, my seating area down the bottom. It's a pretty nice view. Nice and quiet around here, to be fair, so it's nice to just relax down here and chill out with a fish and a drink and what have you. I'll just sit down. Oh. Yeah, like I say, I will do a better, more in-depth video of the different varieties of plants I've got. I will just give you a very quick overview. This one's amazing, I really love it. It's actually a pine, but it's kind of looks like a mini bonsai tree. That's really nice, that one. But anyway, that's for another day. Right, back to the fish. So, let me just take a seat. I don't know if there's any reflection there or not. Or if you're struggling to see that, it does look a bit reflective, so I apologise about that if it is. So yeah, got the fish in the other week. It was okay for the first couple of days, and on basically both of the pectoral fins just went totally white. I don't know if you can see, but on the actual fish's left pectoral fin, you can still see a little bit that's left over. Just like a bit of a white tinge, almost a little bit carp poxy, if you like. There you go. And it went really bad on both fins. And I was getting a bit worried about it, but I just thought I'm just going to let it settle in, because it is stressful when you move them over. And then the next day she was flicking and flashing, which again, that can happen when you've transported a new fish. And then the others started doing it. My little achiever then started doing it. And then they pretty much all started doing it, except for my Sankey. My Sankey's, to be honest, that fish is just, touch wood, but that fish is bulletproof. It's really quite a strong fish, that one, to be fair. So he's the only one that hasn't been flicking and flashing, but the rest have. And that was probably for a period of 2 days, I'd say. And then it seemed to stop. And as you can see, the Karashigoi's fins have all but healed. Let's see when she comes round again. So I think the warmer weather and all that jazz has just booted her immune system into gear, but she's absolutely fine. None of them are flashing now. I've sat down here for hours and hours and hours, watching them when I can after dinner and things like that. So, and I've seen nothing now for probably the best part of 4 or 5 days. I've even been coming down in the morning as well when the pH in the tolerances in your water are a little bit different. And I haven't seen anything, so to be fair, I'm one of them that, unless they start behaving badly, I'm just going to leave them. I'm just going to leave them as they are. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I might put some salt in a week or two. If I see anything else, but to be honest with you, it's been absolutely fine for about 5 days now. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I'll just keep my eye on them and hope for the best. But yeah, it has all been good. I think the fish had some sort of parasite on it when I bought it. I'm obviously not the only person in the world that's bought a fish and it's been riddled with parasites. I don't think it was riddled. It definitely had something, because the tank that I actually bought it out of, there was a lot of flicking and flashing going on in there, and it is difficult for koi suppliers to. I'm sure they can't guarantee that every fish in there is not got any form of parasite on it, and obviously once you start combining that with a movement of the fish, sorry. You know, these extra stress factors and stuff will come into play. But it is a shame. I think a lot of dealers do have fish with that have got parasites, but it's just one of those, isn't it? I know there's another channel out there that I watch a little bit. I think it's called the Up North Koi Pond, and I think he's had a couple. I don't think they was all from Quenny Koi, but I think he's had a couple of fish that have came in and that have been a little bit riddled, if you like. So I think, touch wood, I'm over the worst of it. Like I say, I'm just going to observe them, keep my eye on them. That's all you can do, isn't it? But yeah, beautiful fish, really nice temperament. Not like my Goshiki. In fact, I've not fed him. You'll probably see a bit of his bullish behaviour now, so I'll go and grab some food and I'll come back and you can see what I mean. Right guys, let's give him a little bit of food. You'll probably see my Goshki bully him all out the way, so. He seems to be quite an aggressive feeder, he does. Yeah, no problems in the eating department. They're all eating fine. They're not spitting out food or anything like that. I've been keeping an eye out for that. So I think it might have just been down to the move and it's stressing it out. I'm not saying that it doesn't have parasites of some description. It may. But sometimes you find that I doubt there's many ponds in the world that haven't got some form of parasite in there. If you've only got a couple, it's not really irritating the fish. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit on my hands, I think, for a bit. Sorry if there's a bit of wind noise as well, it's whipping through the garden. Yeah, the only other thing I've been thinking about doing is, I don't know whether to get some sort of boxing made around this filter. You have to let me know what you think, but it's not an eyesore as such, but I did do the pipe work relatively neatly. Yeah, I think that might look better if it was boxed in, a nice like wooden structure of some description. Yeah, that's something I need to do. I don't know, I might leave it, but I shall see. Yeah, no issues on the food side of things anyway, which is good. So yeah, I think on one of my next videos I'll probably do a video on my filter system and how it works. I think they're a fairly common filter, to be fair. There was a Screenmatic, but I will do a video on it just for people who haven't seen them before. I also need to do one on the retro drain setup that I've got as well, which I don't know if you can see on here. It is, I apologise about the reflections, but I'll do a video on that and how that's all been set up. Other than that, guys, hope your ponds are doing well. I think we're about there, aren't we, for summer now. So yeah, all the best, guys. I'll catch you on the next video.